Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Build Your Best Life. I'm Coach Deborah, and I am super excited to have you here as always. Thursday, let's talk about it, right? I'm so happy that you could join us today. Good evening, Dan. And thank you all so much for your likes, your shares, your comments, your prayers, everything that you do to assist build your best life and being the best that we can be. We really greatly appreciate it. So get those pads and pens ready. Share. Get something cool to drink. I have some information here for you today. Usually on first Thursdays, I'm joined by Tanya Ferguson, but she is under the weather, so I am here today. But I am ready and equipped to assist someone with the topic that's chosen for today. It is so important that we reach out to assist our young men, our mothers with sons, and others. So anytime I have an opportunity to share, I am delighted and available. So again, please take the time now to like and to share. But today, I'm going to dive into a topic that has the power to change generations. Yes, to change generations. Mentorship and positive role models. We live in a time where so many young men are searching for direction, identity, and purpose. Some are battling silent struggles. Others are trying to figure out on their own different things that are bothering them, and too many are being influenced by the wrong voices. But tonight, we shift the narrative. Yes, you and I together and everyone that we share this with and others can shift the narrative. We're shining a light on the importance of mentors, men and women who show up, stand in the gap, and remind young men of who they can become. Mentorship is more than advice. It's connection, accountability, affirmation, and modeling what strength, discipline, and integrity truly look like. So whether you are a parent, a leader, a coach, uncle, teacher, pastor, simply someone with a heart to lift the next generation, tonight is for you. Let's talk about how one positive voice can redirect a life, restore hope, and build the future. Let's get into it. Amen. So again, tonight I'm going to be talking about positive role models. Positive role models. So I'm going to begin with the power of positive role models. The power of positive role models. Because, I'm not just saying get a mentor, but there is power behind mentors. There's real power. A role model can shape and identify self-belief. If somebody can put that in the chat for me. Role models shape identity and self-belief. Young men naturally imitate what they see. We live in a generation now that don't just respond to what they're told. They imitate. So therefore, having a positive role model gives them a living example of what discipline, integrity, leadership, and confidence looks like. Role models help young men form a healthy self-identity, teaching them to see themselves as capable, valuable, and created with purpose. Can you say that with me? Created with what? Purpose, value. They're not out there alone. They can do this, but sometimes they need help. And so we want to make sure that we are leading them in the right direction. Some mom, some son, someone needs to be able to find those tools that they need. A mentor gives guidance without judgment. Young men tend to shut down when they are criticized or even when they're misunderstood. So if they're trying to convey their feelings, something they're going through, and you don't really listen, but you begin to judge and say, well, you need to do this, and if you didn't do that, or you go down a whole different stream than the one they're trying to get up, they shut down. A positive role model will guide them without condemning them, even being transparent to tell them some of the things that they've gone through. And look at me now. I'm changed because I didn't give up, but I had someone to step in the gap for me. And you can do the same thing. So they learn, mentors will show them how they can be corrected without being crushed and encourage them to grow. They create that safe space that young men need to be able to express themselves honestly. In order to eradicate what happens when they keep all those feelings bottled up inside, a good positive role model will teach them how to be able to feel like they can release what they need to release. And it's not going to, they're not going to be made fun of. They're not going to be judged, but someone is going to listen to what they need. The next thing, Agnes, is role models expand vision. They expand vision. Exposure determines expectations. So if a young man only sees negative things, what does he expect? Negative things. When he sees men walking in purpose, then he believes he can do the same thing. But think about it. Think about your life, your past. What are those things that you may have seen in your family that was negative? Nobody ever talked about the elephant in the room, but you know certain behaviors were not positive, they were not good things, but you saw your great-grandmother was doing it, your grandmother was doing it, your dad was doing it. So likely, more than likely, that young man is going to do it as well. So he needs that positive person in their life to assist them. A positive role model will expose young men to new possibilities. They'll show them how they can get in the right career path. They don't have to just look at the different businesses and disciplines and jobs around and say, oh, well, my friend went into the Army. It helped them. Okay, but is the Army for you? Or is it college that's for you? Is it a trade school that's for you? What are your gifts? That mentor is going to work with you to help you to see what you have within you. So then based on your vision, your skills, they're going to take and make what they see around you and where you want to go and help you to move forward. And that's a great thing. Accountability with compassion. Role models hold young men accountable. And that's not to shame them, but to sharpen them. So when you hold somebody accountable, you're not saying an invitation went out. They're having a meeting in this organization. The young man in that invitation had a dress code on there. Wear shirt and ties. Wear slacks, no jeans. You see this young man and you like, oh my goodness, why does he have on jeans? Why doesn't he have on a tie? You don't step to him and then say this in front of everybody. Did you not get the invitation? Did you not see the dress code? That's making them ashamed because if you don't really, really know that person, you're just getting to know them, you're just starting to help them. That young man may not have any dress pants. He may not own a tie. He may not have a dad in his life that he can borrow a tie from. So you don't want to shame anybody. You want to hold them accountable. You pull them aside. Hey, did you not, see on the invitation that it was a particular dress code for today? Well, I did, but I didn't have any of those things. Okay, well, not a problem. You're here. That's the best thing. But now going forward, I know, and I've been working with you, and I see your potential, and we'll get together after today, and in the future, you'll have what you need for these type meetings. But that's the way you do that, and again, in privacy. As a role model, whether you are a parent, a youth leader, a leader in an organization, a teacher or educator, you want to help, but there's a way to help. And one size doesn't fit all. You may be able to walk up to somebody and say, hey, why you got that on? And they like, oh, I forgot. I did read, but I forgot. But then the next person that really needs your help and was really looking up to you, and you say that to them, you're going to make them feel some type way, and they may drop the program. They may not show up anymore, and then you've lost someone that had potential. So you remember that everybody is not the same. So emotional support and stability is also important. Many young males lack consistent emotional support. So you may be there, you may say, hey, get up, get out of here, go to school, but are you giving them emotional support? If you talk to different individuals, if you're looking at the news, if you are on social media, you're seeing the numbers tick, tick, tick. Young men committing suicide, falling off the face of the earth. No one knows what happens. Then somebody said, oh, well, yeah, he's been suffering from mental illness for a while. Yeah, he's had depression for a while, but you knew that. Did you try to help? If you couldn't help, did you go to someone that had the capabilities to help? It's rather sooner than later. So a role model will provide someone to talk to, someone who listens. And remember, that's something I talk about all the time. You have to listen. Listen, listen, listen. Listening doesn't mean you're interrupting, you're talking over them, you're not really listening because you're ready to tell them how they need to do it, but you are listening. And as you get to know people better, that listening helps you not only to hear the words that are coming out of their mouths, but you also hear what's not being said. You're looking at facial expressions. You're looking at body posture. So you need to really listen. And a good mentor, a good positive mentor will do this. And before I finish this segment, if you just tuned in, I want to again tell you we're talking about positive role models, and they can really be an asset to our young men. We need to build our young men up, help them to be strong, help them to show that their emotions matter, their lives matter, not just because of the color of their skin, but they matter as individuals. So please reach out to someone that you know that this can help, or someone that you think may be able to gain some perspective from this discussion. Another one is modeling healthy decision making. Young men learn how to handle conflict, failure, stress, relationships, money, school, and work by watching positive examples. They can learn anything, anywhere, and from anybody. But that's not what we want them to do. We want them to do what? Learn positive examples. And so having that mentor saying, hey, you know what? I see this young man and I watch him Maybe he doesn't have a man in his life. I'm going to see who his mother is, see if it's okay for me to mentor him. I really would like to work with him. And you're going to show him and help him. You're going to change that one life. If you can only change one life in a given period, that is a huge help. So, and now a role model, you might say, well, I don't have a degree. I don't know anything about role modeling. What does that mean? You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have a degree. Have you had a successful career in the military, on a corporate job, in your own business? Did you find a way out of no way to attend college? If that's what your route was, or what you wanted to do, did you learn a craft like electricity, welding, carpentry? Do you have that urge or that heart, that passion to help? That's what's needed. You don't have to be perfect. There is no one that's perfect. You don't think you're good enough, but if you can take the time and effort to help someone, you are good enough. You have what it takes. Teaching respect and character. There's only certain things that a young person can learn while they're in school. They can only learn what's being taught. Certain things are not taught in a general, regular school. So through observation, young men can learn from their mentor how to treat others, how to treat young ladies, how to be respectful, respecting themselves first, and then respecting others. Because if you respect yourself, then you're going to care how you talk around others, how you look around others, how you present yourself around others. If you see your mentor opening the door for his wife or his daughters, some young lady that's in a group, then you pick up that behavior. So some lady that may have thought less of you, if they see you as someone that has character, you respect yourself and you care for others, then they may not have a problem with you dating their daughter. But if they think you're just, don't care about yourself, don't care about anybody else, oh no, you're not fixing to bring any negativity around my girl. Bye. No, you can't. You can't date my daughter. Okay? A mentor can show them how to honor God, family, and community. Those things are essential. Character is caught, not taught. I'm going to say that again. Character is caught, not taught. Positive role models help ensure that they catch what's right. So all of that is key. It is essential, essential, essential. Now, what we're not going to talk about today is encouraging young men to seek mentorship. That's something that Tanya was going to cover. Maybe we can cover that another time. But in the time that I have remaining, I have something else that I want to cover that is, found it to be very insightful. And I was delighted to gather the information as I did my research. And that is breaking negative cycles. Breaking negative cycles. Negative cycles often start with a lack of healthy examples. I know sometimes you may, and it could have happened to anybody that's hearing this broadcast. You lived a life and you watched your elders, your parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and you saw the things that they did and you did them. But then one day it hit you, or you may have heard someone talking, or you may be in a different environment and you're like, I don't think that was kosher that they were doing. And it could be, and one example, being on public assistance. If you need help, you need help. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. If you need help, hey, that's what I work for. My taxes went to help people that need help. So that's all well and good if you need it. But sometimes what has happened is someone way back needed help. And they got complacent with that. And they never tried to overcome maybe not weaning themselves off, but hey, if somebody will help me, hey, all the better. Then their children, oh, okay, I can do this, this, and this, but I can get assistance to pay my rent. I can pay $9 a month, $18 a month. Hey, this is fine. I can get assistance with my food. My kids can go to the same schools that somebody else is paying $3,000 a year. They can get a voucher because I can. But do you need it? Are you taking resources that someone else that needs it may not be able to get because you're thinking, oh, that's what I always saw, so that's what I need to continue to do? You can break those cycles. So it even not just there, but patterns of anger. You saw in your family, somebody was always punching somebody out. Somebody was always cursing somebody out. Somebody was always kicking somebody, bashing them or whatever. Someone was always just doing something that was just negative, and you saw it all through your life. You can change those things. A mentor will try to help you to see why it was okay maybe 40, 60, 80 years ago, but how you can change that, how you can be adamant about going to school. And when you're going to school, you're just not going because someone says, hey, you got to go to school. You're going because you want to learn. You want to be better. You want to get that education. You want to learn how to count, how to do more detailed or more higher levels of math. You want to be able to do chemistry. You want to be able to do algebra, trig, and all those things, because can help you later on in life if you want to go into science, any of the scientists or medicine or any of those things like that. So those things can help you, but you have to know some things. Mentors can help you to learn those things, how you can do better, why you should want to do better. They can help you to replace those unhealthy behaviors with healthy alternatives. They can show you how, if you just get mad just like that, that's all you ever saw. Hey, wait a minute. When you get mad, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you getting mad? Cause he. Okay. Can you control him? No. Okay. If he has a filthy mouth, can you tell him to stop? No. Can you control yourself? Yeah. Okay. But you're the only one that can control yourself. So you don't live your life based on others and letting them make you snap just like that. You learn to cope. Hey, there's something that's going on. I really don't like it, but there's nothing I can do about it. So let me move on. Let me be more productive. Let me find things. That person is always late. They get on my nerves. It stresses me out. Can't worry about them, but what can I do to make sure that I'm always on time? You don't worry about them. You do what you need to do. You'll find out that that's not only going to help you get where you need to get on time, to be not stressed trying to get there at the last minute. When you get there, you're cool, calm, and collected. It'll help you for your brain to focus more. You're not stressed, you're not strained, you're not out of breath. You can focus on what's being said, learn clearer, understand better, get maybe better jobs. You'll find out helping in one little area can help you in so many other areas, but you have to pick up those healthy behaviors. I started doing Build Your Best Life. You would not believe all the different pieces that goes along with this. I have good organization skills, but it takes more than that. So I had to say, okay, what else can I do to help me? Because if I don't, I'm going to stress my own self out. So having my to-do list, I have to always make sure I have it every day. And I check off, what did I get done? If I didn't get it done, I'm putting it on the next day. That's helping me, because if I get stressed and I got all these things to do. What's going to happen? Am I either going to get on one thing and get stuck and not get anything else done, get something done and be proud, whew, I got that done, but I really should have been working on that other thing because it's due in the morning at 9 o'clock. I haven't done it yet. So managing my own time, not procrastinating. Oh, okay, I got 2 weeks to do that. Okay, so what if I got 2 weeks to do it? That doesn't mean I gotta wait 5-6 days before I give it a thought. Get it done. Have some breather. Have more time to spend with my 7 heartbeats. So it's not, I'm not, preaching to the choir, I'm preaching to myself as well. We can learn different techniques to help ourselves as well as others. And then healing those generational wounds. People go through things that they don't want, they're in places that they don't want to be. And well, where they may put on a happy front, they're happy, they're really not. So that mentor can show you how they can help you. They're not trying to replace your father. They're not trying to say your mother is not important and impactful and can help you with things. They're trying to teach you things that they know, things that worked for them, things that can help you to get out of a rut, to get out of generational curses, to learn things that you thought you would never be able to learn, to learn things, you can do things with your hand, because you can be so smart that you can just do, multiple things, but you can't do anything with your hands. And I guess you say, well, if I can do all those things with my brain, I make enough money, I get people to do things with their hands. But every now and then, it's good to be able to do something with your own hands. You might want to go out there and change your own tire and not always have to call somebody to do it for you. Just saying. But that mentor can help you with that. They can help you to break those cycles. They can give you a voice of wisdom. They can give you long-term perspective. They can help you protect your boundaries. I talk about everybody shouldn't be in your space. That mentor can explain to you. I know you hear that all the time. What do people know? They don't know my boy. They just looking at the outside. But they can tell you how people, whether they are your friend, your family, whatever, can pull you down unintentionally. They're just doing what they do naturally, but it can be things that are not good for them. But also, if you hang around them, it's not going to be good for you. So that mentor can assist you in changing the story of your life through exposure of theirs. Remember earlier I mentioned about being transparent. So they can show you some of those things. They can show you new environments. They may drive you through, you may live in a low income environment. Your house is clean, you got electricity, you got water, you got food, you got clothes, all as well. But they can show you another environment that say, hey, if you keep working hard, following your purpose and your using your gifts and skills and helping others, you can get where you want to go. You can earn a place doing positive things in your life. They can show you to make sure. We talked about, trying to think when it was it was last week, I believe, how if you don't know something, you don't know. I always say you don't know what you don't know. But, talking about, I didn't go to college when I graduated from high school. It was a choice, but probably a good thing it was. I did go that route because I had no one to teach me. There are certain things that you need to know when you're in high school, really when you're in elementary and middle high school, before you get to high school, that you need to know that you need to be doing in order to prepare yourself to be able to go in college. And it was when Denise Stinkins was on, we were talking about Upward Bound. And if you didn't see that one, you need to go back and look at that. She's going to come back next year. We're going to do another part. But that was, that's good information. So if you don't know something, you can't do it. But that mentor knows that information. They know who to go to get additional information for you so they can help you. So you'll be on the up and up and be in a good place as you move through the different seasons of your life. And it can be game changing. They can encourage ability to your future goals by showing you it's always good to have goals, those short-term goals, those long-term goals. Write them down, keep them before you. You're not just writing them down so if somebody asks you, do you have something, you can say yes. But what is it that you aspire to do in life? Write it down. What is it going to take to get you there? They can show you that change is possible. Many young men believe that they are stuck in the environment that they grew up in. It's always going to be that way. But a mentor is living proof that you can break patterns, you can rise above circumstances, you can rewrite your narrative, and hope is one of the most powerful tools against negative cycles. I'm not going to go into the mirror effect because that was not my part, but that is something else that can help. But these are some nuggets that I know are helpful. So again, I urge you to please share. Help someone. If you're sharing, would help one person, and you share and it helps two people, and they share and it helps three people. Hey, we've done something to assist. And it is my passion and my purpose to do whatever I can do to put out positive words to help someone, one young man at a time, to build their best lives, overcoming obstacles and any negative things that they have gone through, will go through, to let that not stop them from taking that next step. So I hope that what I have talked about tonight was beneficial to you, and you can see the necessity or how it can help by you sharing it with someone else. So please, again, I beg you to share. Make sure that you always keep abreast with what's going on and build your best life. Some nights it may not do it for you, but keep coming, keep sharing. Because tonight was just a reminder of a powerful truth. No young man becomes his best self alone. Mentorship matters. Positive role models matter. And every single one of us has a role to play. Every one of us. You may say, I'm not a mentor, I'm not a role model. You have a role to play. If you got children, nephews, cousins, grandkids, you have a role to play. Students, clients, whatever, you have a role to play. If you've ever doubted whether your presence makes a difference, let tonight be your confirmation. It does. Your consistency, your example, your wisdom, your willingness to listen, those seeds help. They shape confidence, character, and destiny. So we close. I challenge you, be intentional, be available, be the example you wish someone else had been for you. And if you are a young man watching, seek guidance. Connect with someone who wants to see you win. Asking for help is not a weakness. That's using wisdom. Thank you for joining us for another inspiring conversation on Build Your Best Life. Remember, impact begins with involvement. Hope grows through connection, and your best life is built one decision at a time. Until next time, keep growing, keep showing up, and keep building your best life. You know, that's our commitment here. Be blessed.